You know, you got to let Scottie Pippen play 46, 44 minutes if they're going to have a chance at this ball game.
You can see that the Lakers haven't been quite efficient in their closeout opportunities so far this season, but they eventually got those series closed. And I'm sure have the confidence to do the same to the Blazers. We are underway with the Lakers control front court with Kobe guarding him. Pippen on the far wing drops it into Wallace. Wallace has at times tortured A.C. Green in this postseason, and he begins right where he left off. Game-high 34 points in a losing cause in Game 4, and now the Blazers up 2-0.
The Blazers are going to have with the confidence level of this Laker ball club.
Kobe Bryant into the lane. Got himself into trouble and turned it over. Stoudemire with a 2-on-3. Gives it to Pippen, who throws it down. A mirror image of Games 3 and 4, where the Blazers got out quickly. 8-0, 8-0, and now 7-2.
Yeah, Ron Harper's coming up late. He hurt his elbow. Scottie hit him in a funny bone, and he decided to let Scottie go on that particular opportunity.
Sabonis battled for the rebound. The bounce went to Stoudemire. Brings it up the left side for the Blazers with the 5-point lead 2 minutes in. Pippen on the near side. Enters to Wallace. Wallace, patience. Rejected by O'Neal. Saves it back into Pippen. Shot clock is down to 7. Scottie at it.
The last play. Now, Scottie Pippen is coming to the basket. Shaquille O'Neal standing in the middle of the lane. That is an illegal defense. Although Shaquille takes that shot in the head, he's standing guarding nobody. Someone's got to scream out the illegal defense. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to get a clean look at the basket. Now, what right here? As Pippen overplays, now you have to attack. And right there, you see him taking it, using, without extending the left hand, the body that gets him in front of the basket. Now, if he misses, Shaquille is there to follow up.
Lob for O'Neal. That may have gone straight in. And Rice will get credit for that. The alley-oop that went Stoudemire in the lane. Sets up Sabonis for 3. Pippen, great work on the offensive boards and puts it in. And now Portland will receive a delay warning after the ball went through the hoop.
Something you need to watch out for, too, if you're sitting at home is
Fire bumped him.
Here's a look at the alley-oop. The one you call where the ball looked like it went right in, and whether you call it or not, that's goaltending. Catching the ball over the rim.
Yeah, if he touches it, and it sure looked like he did.
Yeah, you know, sometimes, though, the refs, they just let it go because they figure it's going in anyway.
So the hoop counts, but it is up. The Lakers trailing again in the early going.
This is the follow-up that really they're going to need to stay in the ball game. See everybody back away. Kobe didn't want to pick up the second one. As he drops the ball, he's a little upset. Now, you talk about a guy, you know, top 50 of all time in terms of voting by a lot of his peers, but it shows you. You watch his intensity, it shows you where the Michael Jordan and the Scottie Pippen separates themselves, because without that guy that can carry that pressure for you, Scottie is actually the one that has to do all of this. He has to nurture the guys on the floor. He has to also teach them as they go along. Michael Jordan did that better than anyone who's ever played the game, and that's where Scottie Pippen falls off, because when he goes to the bench, this team does not have it, and he cannot turn it on the way Michael Jordan could when he played.
Maybe nobody else could. Rasheed Wallace has position down low. Goes quickly, leans in. And tipped back home by Scottie Pippen. Great offensive board work.
And Kobe Shaquille on the post-up. And once he gets you spun and he goes up for his shot, there's not much Sabonis can do. And again, there aren't any centers in this league that can match up with his physical ability around the basket. He'll manhandle you. Now he will shoot over you as well.
Pippen taking it to the basket with aggression. Wanted the three-point play. It's not going to come. But Pippen has 8 points. 8 of the Blazers' 15, and they lead by 7.
Yeah, I think they're going to. Phil Jackson, if you don't guard somebody, you will sit down. You see him here as he comes inside, just goes right around Kobe. Now watch Pippen, not Wallace, comes in and gets the tip back, and that's the fear factor. Now he takes a chance. See right here, now you have to come out the ball game, because now you're worrying about yourself instead of the team. And now they're going to look at what you're doing productivity-wise.
Ron Harper has been extremely productive from the other side. Another whistle. And it'll go against the Blazers. And look out, Rasheed is on the warpath.
Yeah, they're looking for him, Mark. They're looking for him. All he did was react like Scotty reacted. But what they're looking for with the refs, the difference between him and Scottie Pippen is his fuse is a lot shorter, so their hook is going to be a lot quicker. He doesn't have the respect of the refs. You see him chasing him down the way that Scottie Pippen does with Joey Crawford and Ronnie Nunn, and now he's on his way out right about now.
He is not giving up. Picked up one technical and has followed Ronnie Nunn all the way down to the other end of the court as Rice hits the technical.
Now watch him here. They're using the rear end to get position. And then once the call is made, now he reacts. Now you don't do that in front of Joey Crawford. And Joey has got one of those quick hooks as well.
Maybe the quickest, or at least one of the quickest,
sadly, like everyone else. But right here, that's a good play. You know, he has Kobe on his heels ever since the first foul. So you could attack him, try to get him out of the ball game. Now, instead of having
in his worldwide basketball career that can bully him and push him around, but Shaquille O'Neal is certainly one of them. That hoop will not count. The foul happened before.
Yeah, he didn't watch the shot. As it goes up, now he just runs him over, just like you said. Now, once he comes down, there's the exclamation point, and Sabonis is looking for the over and back. But the problem that Sabonis had
continues his excellent play at the guard position. Scottie Pippen, forcing his way back down court, will have a chance for a three-point play.
You know, you have to take your hat off to Scottie because he's doing this strictly on will. You see the little trip right there by Harper, but he's doing it strictly on will. He does not want to lose, especially to Harper, where they won championships together. Here you see Harp, the cagey vet, taking it to the basket.
His former teammate Scottie Pippen, also a key figure in this one as they go back and forth in Game 5. An offensive
off the ball. There you have it, taking up Wallace's space. Mark, I don't want to say it, but this is starting to look a little like home cooking. Here you see, there's the foul. Right there. There's your whistle. That is way too long to be a continuation.
And Bonzi was clearly ready to give that foul up.
But second of all, it is a short hook on a guy who's picked up technicals deservedly. If you can't get 4 in game number 4. Shaq, the miss, Ori the offensive rebound. Back inside for Shaq, stripped away by Pippen. And they will say Pippen touched it last. The Staples Center crowd booing because they feel there was a foul, but a clean strip evidently by Scottie Pippen. Well, watch here. This is a foul. After he gets the ball, the push afterwards is what Shaquille's looking for. And all they're going to do right now is they're going to set him off. In terms of a guy who, that's not his shot.
Right.
You know, and if now he feels pressured to get some scoring off because the bench needs to score.
Shaquille O'Neal always has pressure to score. Now trying to put pressure on the Blazers.
Because everyone's talking about it, we just gave a gesture. And when we showed the graphics of saying, this kid O'Neal doesn't really have a shot.
Harper got the feet straight for the 3, offensive rebound. O'Neal had it blocked by Jermaine O'Neal, but tipped it back in.
He doesn't have a shot. He doesn't have a shot. He got that rebound just because O'Neal got pushed under the basket. Not pushed intentionally, illegally, but just got walked right under the basket for an easy one.
Smith kicks it to Jermaine O'Neal. Blocking foul on Ron Harper, who thought he had drawn the doesn't have depth at. It's at big bodies, and not that Joe Klein is any series saver for them, but he's a logical 12th man on that playoff roster, not another point guard. Fisher lost it, taken away by Greg Anthony. Now it is Pippen into the front court. Swooping in. Oh, they're going to wave off the hoop. An offensive foul on Scottie Pippen, who comes up holding his left hand.
Now, you know Scottie's going to take it to the rack here, and that's just giving it up for your team. Yeah, and one thing you have to take and admire about Pippen is that he's not going to slow down. You know, everything's going right to the front of the basket, and you better be standing there.
Shaq has not had much rest lately in this series. It's a 2-point game.
Yeah, and this is where the injury occurred. Came down trying to brace himself. Hope he didn't break a wrist or finger.
Already has a couple fingers taped on that left hand as we look at the dynamic duo. And Kobe having some problems early with Pippen.
Yeah, Pippen athletically can match up with him. See him right there, getting around him, and then just bailing out. You know, and it's just a conscious effort to try to stay on the floor. And what happens in that situation is, as much as you're trying to stay on the floor, you only hurt yourself. The other person I'd like to see the Blazers put out there, how about Stacey Augmon? In the second quarter in the game that they won, he gave them 8 points, played extremely well, and then got in for like 3 minutes the other night. There's got to be some consistency at this point. I know they're searching to find some type of, rhythm with their team, but they've got to. Someone's got to. If you don't play well in the first couple minutes on the floor, I got to put somebody else in.
No time to waste. Schrempf looking to get the offense started. Finally gets it to Wallace, but there's 6 seconds on the shot clock, and Wallace extends, missed the tip, and then slams home the third attempt.
You know, the other day, I didn't get a chance to do the game, but a friend of mine asked me.
And Wallace does it. That is impressive. I don't think I've ever seen that. Pogo sticking up there. Bonzi Wells working inside for the Blazers.
Laker bench is really underappreciated, if you ask me. You see the 3-point field goals. They've stepped up when they've had to, and I really like Fisher, the way he's playing for the 5 minutes he's on the floor. Rasheed Wallace
hits another 3. He's got 6 this postseason. In 82 games, he only had 8.
Folks, shooting a comfortable 3-pointer without any hesitation.
9 points in the game for Rasheed Wallace.
Not only have to take it, but you got to make them. I mean, because otherwise.
Pippen stole it away from Bryant. 1-on-2, still challenging, lost it. But last touch by Kobe Bryant.
This is about as poor as I've seen Kobe Bryant play since we've been doing the games, even during the season. Turns the ball over. Gotti totally reading Kobe's eyes, and now Kobe's again at a disadvantage, cannot reach in. And Robert Horry right there is grabbing Kobe Bryant, trying to let him know to let Scottie Pippen go so he does not pick up that third foul. That shot. Grant calling illegal. There's no illegals. Shaquille did not do this last year. Come down and help his team out from the high side above the free throw line to block a shot.
Glenn Rice committed that foul. That is his third. Harper already has 3, as does Shaw. So some foul accumulation on the Lakers. And instead, an illegal defense violation against the Lakers. Kobe saying they faked the pass.
Exactly, and he's right. When you do the pump fake like that, then you're allowed to help out on defense if you think the pass is going to go.
Wallace needs to get on track.
Wow.
There's a good start. He's got 11 now. Had been quiet lately.
How does he not take every shot? I mean, he's right at the basket.
Kobe on the near side, who has played a lot here in the second quarter. Wallace out to Schrempf, fakes the 3. Corner to Pippen. That's a 3. Count it just before the buzzer. Scottie Pippen with 12 first quarter points and a goose egg in the second until right there.
Well, that really helps. But give a lot of credit to the passing. Here you see excellent pass by Schrempf. Scottie finally getting one to go in that second quarter, as you mentioned. Let's see if that can carry over into the second half.
If the Blazers are going to win it, Scottie Pippen is going to have to carry them most of the way there. So far, he's lived up to most of his end of the bargain in the first half, but that hasn't been the problem for the Blazers the last 2 games. They've had brilliant first half. Oh, but that could be good news. They have won the previous 2. Let's take a look at one of the key players for the Blazers.
At center, 6'11" from North Carolina, number 30, Rasheed Wallace.
He plays with passion and with rage. The fiery forward who lights up the court with his dunks and defense and lights up referees with his mouth. And a technical foul against Rasheed Wallace.
And Wallace just got a tee. He's gone. They just teed him up again.
Sometimes I'm mad at myself. Sometimes, you know, I do actually get mad at a ref or two. Sometimes it's to pick my team up. So, you know, I can't say it's not the same for every situation. It's just, you know, different situations. But as far as, you know, with me leading the league in text and this and that, I'm not worried about that because, you know, I know what type of person I am. I know all that fierceness and that fiery attitude stays on that court.
When Wallace has at least one technical foul, his scoring average increases, but the Blazers' winning percentage decreases. Still, the Blazers say there are times when a Wallace tee serves a purpose.
The thing is with Rasheed, you don't want him to lose his emotional. That's the way he plays, and that's what, you know, we would like no one to make mistakes, but, you know, it's just like when you take a bad shot, he makes mistakes sometimes when he gets a technical, but emotional, he keeps us going, he keeps us excited.
I think in certain situations, we feed off of that. We've been behind games where he's went off on the officials and got a tech. That kind of, you know, re-energized our guys to kind of step it up a little bit because he's a competitor.
I mean, it's an emotional lift for us sometimes, but, you know, sometimes it gets carried away. But, I mean, I think for us the last, you know, few months of the season, I mean, he's slowed down tremendously.
Wallace drew technicals in games 1 and 2 in the first round of the playoffs against Minnesota and had 3 against Utah in the second round. He's got 2 against the Lakers here in the third round. Before the playoffs began, he had promised his teammates that he wouldn't get thrown out of a game, something that happened 6 times during the regular season. But then came the conference finals against the Lakers. In game 1 with 8:53 left in the second quarter, while on the bench, Wallace received his first technical. And then with 6:43 left in the third, Wallace was thrown out of the game by referee Ron Garrettson. Wallace finished with 11 points, playing only 16 minutes, and one may wonder what starts the rage that makes Rasheed so angry towards the referees.
You know, it's just little things here and there. You know, average stuff that's going on out there on the court, and you know, it's not like I'm sitting up there cussing at them or whatever. You know, we're just going back and forth. I guess the parts that they don't like is with me being in their ear all the time.
As much as he argues with the referees, Wallace isn't sure that it's helped him in the long run. He believes there are certain refs that don't like him as much, but that comes with the territory.
There's a lot of cats out there who has a short fuse with me, but that I'm not worried about because once, you know, if I see him off of the court, you know, it's might say hi to him. You know, I don't take it personal. I'm not going to hold that grudge against him, but, you know, I can't say the same for them. I got a, you know, big red target on my chest and my forehead, but I'm not worried about it, though. It doesn't stop me from going out there playing hard and going out there to do what I have to do to win.
Well, Rasheed Wallace averaging just over 16 points in the NBA playoffs this year. He has got 11 points and 7 rebounds tonight. Field goal shooting not so great, and yes, clearly desperation time for them.
Well, overall, you talk about a team that's down, and they shouldn't be out, though. They're playing with some intensity in spurts. They have been doing it throughout the course of the whole game. Pippen's numbers are down, but I think overall what they have to really pay attention to is Wallace.
And, of course, Rasheed Wallace had a huge game, but it wasn't enough.
Well, you talk about a guy that just plays with so much heart and emotion. Talked about the problems he's had in the first game getting thrown out. They don't have anybody that can stop him. You see him there inside and out. He's turning around jump shot. It's hard to stop. At 6'11", he just stands up and shoots over you.
And, of course, at this thing, all the amenities. Pippen with the pull-up. Following his own miss, the rebound goes to... Sometimes it looks like Bonzi's in a little too big of a hurry.
Here you see the shot. I mean, Kobe did a good job of contesting, and now here you're going to see the foul on Scottie Pippen reaching in.
Enters to Wells. He needs to make something happen here in this matchup against Kobe. Gives it up to Sabonis. Corner to Smith. Shot clock running down. Pippen's got to hurry. Fires away from 3, and he's got it. Cool customer. Scottie Pippen, his second 3 of the day.
And he's starting to warm up, too. Watch it defensively is where you can tell Scottie's feeling, and he's on his game. He's picking up hard at the half-court mark.
Shaq doubled immediately. Back out to Kobe. Repost for Shaq. Pippen is there. Spinning baseline O'Neal. Balls, who's fouled before he steals.
just a guy you can ill afford to have on the bench. He does it all for you, but you have to keep him in the ballgame. Different players, and he's standing in the lane. That's more than 3 seconds.
And I don't think we've seen that called all series long. Ron Harper picks up his fourth.
Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's, come on. You can't guard him. The ball is swung from 2 different players, and he's standing there with his hands.
They got a mismatch down there. Meanwhile, Rasheed Wallace feels he's got a mismatch of his own. 14 points for Wallace. Bumps it up to a 9-point lead. Well, the Lakers are shooting a high percentage in the third quarter, but it hasn't translated into a lead. Another turnover gives the Blazers a chance to have a double-digit lead. 4 Laker turnovers. That could be the story. In the quarter, none for the Blazers. Nice pass inside. Shrimp took the delivery from Wallace and laid it in.
Well, they went too early on the double team. Wallace hadn't even gotten into it. He was still dribbling. He did not commit, and then they went for the double team and gave an easy layup.
The team that has won the battle of points off turnovers has won every game this season as they come up with another steal.
Well, they're finally giving that third quarter energy you talked about when they collapsed. Here you see Fox. I mean, if you're going to come, you can't come like that. He's dancing across the lane. He's guarding the space. You got to come with a little bit more intent to double team the ball.
Final 30 seconds of the fourth quarter. A quarter that has been the nightmare quarter for the last 2 games for the Blazers. Smith the offensive rebound and a fresh 24 for the Blazers. They would love to take the final shot of the quarter, and they can. Pippen with Shaw on him. Holds it out high, takes the screen from Wallace. Sets up Smith, wide open. Couldn't hit the 3. Shrimp with 2 seconds left. To go along with his 20 points. Into a reposting Rasheed Wallace, who draws the foul inside. That may be Kobe, who was caught in the mismatch and now picks up his 5th.
Kobe's dead right here, so he just goes up and tries to take a chance on it. Wallace will not wait on you. He turns and immediately tries to attack with a dunk.
Double-double for Wallace. If they were shooting their normal 65% as they did all season long, this wouldn't be nearly as close. Kobe Bryant gets rejected, but a whistle. Bryant hit the floor very hard. Perhaps that influenced the officials.
Well, let's get a look at it and see if it's a push-off. I would have called it a push-off. As he makes this move, that's a push-off. Using the left hand to keep Wallace away, and Dunleavy, look at his expression.
It is the 4th on Wallace, so that's somewhat noteworthy. Could figure in here
to keep Wallace from blocking it.
Grant was not looking, and Pippen had already sent the ball on the way. Nearly a turnover for the Blazers, who didn't commit a turnover in the third quarter. Shrimp with a shot clock running down, gives off to Wells, fakes and then fires. O'Neal, Kobe. Foul, and they're going to count it. Continuation is given to Kobe Bryant, and a chance for a 3-point play. Dunleavy is livid.
Forget Dunleavy, the whole bench erupted. Watch the pass as it goes out to Kobe. There's the foul. You do not get 3 weeks to take that shot. That's how long it seemed like it took. I mean, here we get another look. There's your foul. That is a tough call, but that's getting it on your home building, folks. You are watching the NBA for the Blazers. There you see him inside. Now they have their own warrior in Grant once he gets this one. When you go out on your own, they haven't been successful at all.
Lead is back into single digits. 13 has been the largest. Pippen working on Kobe in low and hits the hook.
Wow. Whoever Kobe Bryant is guarding, you have to take him to the box. That's why the Blazers have won.
Kobe perhaps has been helped by the officials. This time they call a walk as he dragged that pivot foot. He's now got 6 turnovers, so Kobe has not had a great game.
Yeah, he's struggling. Here you see him. Pip knows it, gets it. He gets the one bounce, and he's into his shot before you can help. And they're going to go right back to it.
In a post-up. Pippen falling down, gave it to Wallace. Wallace the quick pull-up. Shaq. Quick out.
Confidence level is not there. Goes inside looking for the foul. But the problem he had was he stopped going with the momentum to the basket. With some nice triangle movement.
Wallace working on Ori. Tough shot in the lane, but it goes for Wallace, who now has 20.
Oh, goodness.
Rasheed Wallace trying to lift the Blazers into at least a Game 6 back in Portland. They are most of the way there.
Turnovers. They're lucky right here. Pip got back. But that was a chance to probably go. Once you reach in like this, now you're subjected to getting your hand caught. And Steve Smith did the right thing. Locked them in and then took them with him. Going back to the comparisons of Michael Jordan, what he would do.
Wallace on the block. Wants to go on Ori. Oh, he goes to the rolling skyhook.
Are you kidding me?
So far, first it was Kobe Bryant. Brian Shaw is next. Rasheed Wallace leading the Blazers, perhaps, to a game.
Phil is not my coach, so I'm not listening to Phil. And I'm not listening to nothing you tell me about Phil. Have a good day.
To none lead, Jalen Rose.
Played very well. Played 39 minutes. You see, he talked about his aggression, taking the ball to the basket. Did a lot of nice things. You see him here with the finger roll. He just played, came out, and really made the team play to his level. You see right here minutes. He didn't play very well when he's sitting in the locker room, but you see him here. He knocked down 3-point after 3-point and just really put the daggers. Really the separation was his play in that third quarter because he took shot after shot, took it with confidence, ran the floor.